Good day everyone. So our topic for today is about syntax and form of classes of adjectives and adverb. So let me introduce the presenters. It is presented by Miss Erica Asas, Miss Arabella Begornia, and Miss Elna Binayug. And for our table of contents, first is the introduction of syntax, types of adjectives, and types of adverbs. So the first one is the introduction, the syntax.
Good day everyone. I am Erica Asas, taking a Bachelor of Education major in English, section 2B1. So I am here to present to you the syntax. So syntax, it is the grammatical structure that rearrange the words and phrases to create a new sentences. I have here an example of syntax. So, the first example is the girl jumped happily. So, the second example is the girl happily jumped. And the third example is happily the girl jumped. So, makikita natin na ang happily sa first example ay nasa dulo. And the second example, ang happily ay nasa third sentences. And the third example, ang happily ay nasa first sentences. Kasi nga, ang syntax, ang katulad ng isang sentences na to or isang example, makakabuo siya ng isa or dalawa na example sa binigay mong example kasi nga magre-rearrange siya ng bagong sentences.
The next one is the adjectives. So our next topic is an adjective. So what is an adjective? Adjective is a word you use to describe a person, place, or things. An adjective also modifies noun and a pronoun in a sentence. For example, John looked splendid on his wedding day. So, it means a person was described on a sentence. The person is John, and the adjective word is the word splendid. It means he was good looking on his wedding day. And there are many types of adjective. The first one is the proper adjective, descriptive, quantitative, numeral, demonstrative, interrogative, and the last one is the possessive adjective.
A proper adjective, it is the usually capitalized in English. So I have here a example of a proper adjective. So place name, it is Barcelona. And the second is proper adjective of a Barcelona is Barcelonian. And the example sentences is this is one of many Barcelonian traditions. So the second example is Brazil, that is the place name. And the proper adjective of a Brazil is Brazilian. And the example sentences is I have a Brazilian boss. And the third example is China, the place name, and the proper adjective is Chinese. And also, the example sentences is I have a friend that loves to eat Chinese food. So the descriptive adjective, it is the word that describes a noun or a pronoun that is the quality or the feature to the noun. So when the word descriptive, dinidescribe niya ang isang tao o ang bagay, hindi lang tao. So katulad ng noun, alam naman natin ang noun. So the example of this is Anna is a nice person. So Anna is a noun and the nice is a descriptive adjective. So we have a lot of descriptive adjective like beautiful, ugly, smart, gorgeous, and friendly, happy, and sad. quantitative, it is the one that we usually, ito yung mga ginagamit natin sa ating thesis, katulad ng quantity or quantitative, kung paano mo isi-survey ang iyong paper. So, quantitative, it is the number or quantity. So, it is a usually cardinal or ordinal numbers. So, I have here a one example of a quantitative adjective. So, I have got a little money. It is enough to buy a book. So, little, it is a quantitative because she said or he say specific numbers of books. So, katulad nito, ang little, siya ay quantitative. So, the second example that ang meron ako ay, I have got a little water, I can take this bill. So, little, it is the quantitative. So, we have a lot of quantitative example na pwede natin gamitin sa ating sentences na bubuuin or gagawin. So, quantitative example is any, couple, double, each, every, few, great, many, most, much, or neither. So, the second example or the third example is this 2021 we have a COVID-19 cases. Many COVID-19 cases. So, katulad nito, and couple, I saw a couple of boys or girls. So, katulad nun.
Numeral adjective. It shows the exact number of a noun or a pronoun with their position or place. It is also used with the countable nouns. When we say countable nouns, we can easily identify or count a number. And numeral adjective also describe a noun's quantity. For example, there is only one solution to this problem. The word numeral adjective 1 is describe how many is the solution in this problem. There are three types of numeral adjective. The first one is definite. It used to show an exact number or position of the subject in a sentence. So our example is, I ate only 1/4 of the watermelon. The watermelon is our subject, and it shows that he only ate 1/4 of it. So it means there are exact number of numeral. So the next one is the indefinite. It contrasts the definite because it only used to specify numerals of number but didn't give an exact value. The definite is giving an exact value while the indefinite is didn't give an exact value of noun. So our example is, she has bought all the mangoes of the seller. It means that it didn't clearly state how many of mangoes she bought. That's why it is indefinite. She used the word all. And the next one is the distributive. It describing word that refers to separate thing or refer to specific things of a group word like each, every, any, either, in, etc. Our example for distributive is, every student has to take the entrance examination. A student is a group of people in a school. It didn't clearly state what their name is, but it also uses the word every, which means it is distributive. Demonstrative adjective. It modifies a noun or a pronoun in a sentence while emphasizing its importance. Most commonly used demonstrative adjectives are this and that for a singular person or things, while the these and those are used for plural. For example, in this, when a things is near to you, we usually say this. For example, this is my office. While for the that, we usually use it for describing that things is far from us. For example, that is my office. While in a plural sentence, we commonly use the word these, T-H-E-S-E, for describing things or a persons. For example, these chairs are available, while the word those, we commonly use it to describe persons or things that is far from us. For example, those are my friends or those are my colleagues. Interrogative adjective, a word that modifies a noun by asking a question. Interrogative adjectives are also known as interrogative determiners. The interrogative adjectives are what, which, and whose. What is the things that determines the things that we still don't know yet by asking it. And which is there are options that we need to choose. And whose is a things or an item that belongs to someone. Here are some examples of interrogative adjectives used in a sentence. Number 1, whose book was that? So it means that a book, that book is belong to someone. So the word whose is creating a interrogative sentences. So number 2, what books are you buying today? It clearly says that she or he have no idea of what books he will be buying. So number 3, which book on proofreading do you recommend? When we say which, it has an option to choose from. So did you recommend some book? It means you have specific options. That's why which is used in that sentence. Possessive adjective sits before a noun or a pronoun to show who or what owns it. For example, if the subject is I, in a possessive sentences, we commonly use the word my. For example, my house, because that house is mine. It means that I own that house. That's why the word my is used in a sentence. If the subject is you, we commonly use the word your. So it means that your house, you are owning something. So the possessive adjectives is commonly used to show what we are possessed with or we owning something. And he, the subject he also a possessive it can also be a possessive adjectives, the he, the she, and etc. If we use he, it turns into his, and if we use she, it will turn into her. Our next topic is about adverbs.
And for the next topic, my name is Elna Binayug, your reporter. Adverb. So according to its meaning, adverb is a word that describes a verb, adjective, and another adverb into a sentence. I know that all of you might be familiar on this word because you have been studying this since elementary. Sinasabi dito na ang adverb ay naglalarawan o nagdi-describe sa isang pang-uri, kilos, at isa pang pang-abay. So for us to understand more about adverb, let's focus to another topic. The next topic that we have is the 7 types of adverb. But for us or for you to easily understand and memorize these 7 types of adverb, I construct a sentence. So here, my perfect daddy picked the pink flower. I repeat, my perfect daddy picked the pink flower. So focus on the first letter of each word, wherein we have M stands for the manner, P stand for the place, D stand for the degree, P stand for the purpose, T stand for the time, P stand for probability, and F stand for the frequency. Yung sentence lang po na kinonstruct ko ang dapat nyong tandaan for you to easily memorize the 7 types of adverb. The first type of adverb that we're going to discuss is the adverb of manner, wherein it tells us on how you do an action o paano mo ba ginawa ang isang action. So in my example, this is my pattern, subject plus verb plus adverb. So here is my example. She sang. So when you notice, she sang is a complete action or complete sentence because it have a subject and verb. But if you wanted to know on how she do or how the way she sang, you are going to construct your sentence under the adverb of manner, wherein you put another word that make the sentence manner. So here is the adverb of manner. She sang gently. Okay? Ibig sabihin, kumanta siya ng mahinahon. On that way, nalaman mo kung paano ba siya kumanta. Naintindihan? So, the next example is, he is careless. So, sa anong paraan? Bakit siya naging careless? You wanted to know the question. And adverb of manner, he is driving carelessly. So, ibig sabihin, nag-drive siya ng may pag-iingat. You put a verb, which is driving, so that the carelessly, which is the adverb, describe the verb. Ganun lang po siya kasimple. The second types of adverb that we have is the adverb of place, wherein it tells us on where the action happened. Saan ba nangyari ang isang kilos? Let me give you an example. Let's go and play. But if you wanted to know kung saan niya ba or saan ba siya naglaro, you can put a word that is under the adverb of place so that your new sentence will become adverb of place. So, let's go and play outdoor. So, on that way, nalaman mo na sa labas pala sila maglalaro. Naintindihan, class? Okay, here is the next example. Here are your keys. It means the keys are near me. The third is, there is your umbrella. It means malayo yung umbrella sa'yo. Tinuro mo sa kanya. So, if you notice, class, in the first example, you put the adverb of place in the end of the sentence. But in the second and third, you put the adverb in the beginning. So what does it mean? If you wanted to emphasize a place, you can put the adverb in the beginning. Simple as that. The third types of adverb that we have is the adverb of degree, wherein it tells us the intensity of the action and the characteristic. Ano ba yung sukat o bigat ng isang pagkilos? So here is my example. He is prepared. Gaano ba siya ka-prepared? So, here is the new construction of the sentence to make it adverb of degree. He is fully prepared. What did you notice? So, you add fully at the middle of the sentence so that the sentence will be adverb of degree. It means, ibig sabihin, prepared, handang-handa siya sa isang bagay. Second example, she is delight on the outcome of her 80th birthday. How delight is he on the outcome? So here is the adverb of degree. She is extremely delight on the outcome of her 80th birthday. Ibig sabihin, sobrang saya niya sa naging outcome ng kanyang birthday. So here is another example that you can use when you are going to write adverb of degree. We have extremely, complete, too, very, enough, just, and many more. So here's the pattern of my example. We have subject plus adverb plus verb. The four types of adverb that we have is the adverb of purpose, wherein it tells us where or how something happened. It answers the question how and why. Paano at bakit nangyari ang isang kilos? So let me give you an example. Church was open 24 hours so that homeless people could take shelter in freezing weather. We use the adverb so that to know the reason behind why the church is open. Bakit ba nag-open yung church? Para magkaroon ng pansamantalang tirahan ang mga taong lansangan. Naintindihan, class? So here is the second example. He worked hard to earn money in order to make her wife happy. So, bakit ba siya nagtatrabaho? So that her wife will become or will be delight. Para mapasaya yung asawa niya. So, here is another word that you can use when you are going to construct a sentence under adverb of purpose. So, we have since, because, so that, in order, additionally, accidentally, and many more. And this is the pattern on how I do my sentence. Adjective plus subject plus verb. So simple as that. The fifth types of adverb that we have is adverb of time. From the word itself, time, it means hour, years, month, something like that. So here is the meaning. It tells us when the action happened. Like what I've said earlier, pwedeng taon, pwedeng araw, pwedeng buwan. So let me give you an example. He stayed in our house all day. So, gaano siya katagal nag-stay sa bahay mo? And we use the adverb all day para malaman kung gaano siya nagtagal nag-stay. The next example is, my family and I went to the Baguio last year. Kailan kayo pumunta ng family mo sa Baguio? We used the adverb last year para malaman kung kailan sila nagtungo doon. Naintindihan, class? So here is another example of adverb that we can use if you are going to construct a sentence under adverb of time. So we have now, all day, tomorrow, today, the next day, and many more. Here is why, or here is the way or process on how I construct my sentence. Subject plus verb plus adverb. The sixth type of adverb is the adverb of probability, wherein it tells us the amount of chance or likelihood that something might happen. Ito ay isang adverb na kung saan nagsasaad kung maaari bang mangyari ang isang bagay or hindi. So from the word itself, probability, it means 50-50. May chance na mangyari ang isang bagay, may chance din naman na wala. So here are my example. First, she will certainly win the game. So we use adverb certainly at the middle of the sentence, which means sure na siyang mananalo sa patimpalak na kanyang dinalihan. So, number 2, he is probably to have a lung cancer. We use probably at the middle of the sentence, which means hindi pa tiyak kung mayroon ba siyang cancer o wala. Naintindihan, class? So here is how I construct my sentence. Subject plus adverb and plus verb. Simple as that. The last types of adverb that we are going to discuss is the adverb of frequency, wherein it tells us on how often or often a certain action is done. Gaano ba kadalas nangyayari ang isang pagkilos? So here are some example. Example number 1, he attend the class. So you wanted to know how often he attend the class. So here is the new construction of sentence under the types of adverb of frequency. He always attend the class. We use the adverb always para malaman natin kung gaano ba siya kadalas pumasok sa klase. At madalas siyang pumasok or palagi siyang uma-attend ng klase. The next example is he seldom attend the class. Seldom. Bihira lamang siyang umattend ng klase. So, I put here some percentage para mas malaman nyo yung kaibahan ng bawat adverb because it seems similar. It sounds similar. Never, 0%. Ibig sabihin, hindi talaga siya nangyayari. Seldom, 10%. Occasionally, 30%. Sometimes, 70%. Often, 70%. Normally, 80%. Usually, 90%. And always, which is palaging nangyayari, 100%. And that is the end of our lesson. Class, enable for you to understand or be familiarized in the 7 types of adverb. Always remember the sentence that we construct earlier, which is my perfect daddy picked the pink flower. Again, my perfect daddy picked the pink flower wherein M is stand for the adverb of manner, P stand for the adverb of place, D stand for the adverb of degree, P stand for the adverb of purpose, T stand for the adverb of time, P stand for the adverb of probability, and F stand for the adverb of frequency. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something on my group.